Hello everyone, it's Magur again here. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add slow motion effect to a video in OpenShot. As an exercise, I'm going to edit this 2-second video and turn it into something like this. As you could see just now, the resulting video has both forward and reverse slow motion effects, which can easily be added with a few simple steps in OpenShot. But before we get started with the exercise, please take note that, if your raw video contains a fast-moving subject, that raw video's frame rate should be as high as possible for a smoother slow motion effect. For example, the raw video that I'm using for this exercise shows an object dropping onto a glass of water that happened very fast and almost momentarily. So I recorded the event with the highest frame rate allowed by my camera, which is 50 frames per second, to get a relatively smooth slow motion effect like what you saw just now in the resulting video. So please remember, in general, higher frame rate would result in better slow motion effect. Alright, let's get started. So here I've created a new project and added the original video to the project files. As I mentioned just now, this original video has a frame rate of 50 frames per second. So next, I will change the project profiles to match this raw video's resolution and frame rate, so that later when we need to apply some action or setting to any particular frame on the video, we can place the playhead precisely at that desired frame. Once we've set the project profiles, simply drag the video to the timeline, and then zoom in the timeline until each second mark appears on the timeline ruler. This will make it easier to place the playhead precisely at any desired frame. Okay, so the next step we need to do is determine when or at which frame the slow motion should start and end. For this example, I will make the slow motion start at the frame right before the dropping object appears on the video, and continue all the way until the end of the video. So first I will place the playhead roughly at the 1¼ second mark of the timeline, and then refine its position by pressing the right or left arrow keys on the keyboard, to move the playhead forward or backward one frame at a time. This is where the matching of the project profiles with the raw video's frame rate becomes very useful. For this example, I'm going to place the playhead at the 1 second and 15 frame mark of the timeline. After that, we'll need to split the clip into two because the slow motion effect can only be applied to the entire clip, and cannot be applied to just part of the clip between two keyframes. So right-click the clip, select Slice, and then click Keep Both Sides. And now before I add the forward slow motion effect to the second clip, I will need to make a copy of this second clip for adding the symmetrical backward or reverse slow motion later. To do that, select the second clip, right-click on it, select Copy, and then click Clip. Then right-click anywhere on the empty area of the timeline, and click Paste to paste the copied clip. Move this clip a bit farther right from the second clip, because later the slow motion effect will stretch the second clip to the right. So now let's add the forward slow motion effect to the second clip first. Select the second clip, right-click on it, then select Time, then Slow, and then select Forward, and then finally select how slow the resulting video you want relative to the original one. Please take note that, unfortunately, you can only set the slow motion speed to these 4 preset speeds. You cannot set the speed to any speed that you want. So for this example, I'm going to set it to 1/8 of the original video. As you can see here, the second clip is stretched to roughly 8 times of the original clip's length. Now let's play the video clip to see the resulting effect. As you could see just now, the slow motion speed is constant throughout the entire clip, which is okay but nothing special. So to make it more interesting, I'll make the object appear to be dropping slower and slower as it's approaching the bottom of the glass. To do that, I will further animate the start of the second clip, beginning from the first frame until the frame of the object hitting the bottom of the glass, by adding a non-linear interpolation. So place the playhead at the frame when the object hits the bottom of the glass. Then go to the Clip Properties panel, and look for the Time property. Right-click that property, and click Insert Keyframe. Right-click the Time property one more time, select Bezier, and then click Ease Out Quad. Now let's play the video and see the result. At a glance, there might not seem to be any noticeable difference, but if you look carefully, especially if you pay attention to the sound, the video is actually slower as the object is about to hit the bottom of the glass. Okay, the next step is adding the backward slow motion effect. So first, drag the third clip to the end of the second clip until it snaps onto the second clip. Make sure that the snapping is enabled before doing it. And before you do anything to the third clip, try playing the video from the end of the second clip through the third clip to see if there's any black screen in between the two clips. If you see a black screen like in my case here, don't worry. Sometimes OpenShot fails to snap a clip onto another correctly even though the snapping is enabled. To fix this problem, make sure the third clip is selected and the playhead is placed anywhere over the third clip. Then press and hold Ctrl key on the keyboard, and then press the left arrow key on the keyboard twice. This will force the third clip to snap onto the second clip. Okay, now let's add a backward slow motion effect to the third clip. First, make sure the third clip is selected, then right-click on it, select time, and then slow, and then backward, and finally select the speed you want. For this example, I'm gonna set the speed to 1/4 of the original video speed. Now let's play the video from the beginning and see the result. Alright, as final touch-up on the video, I will add a fade-in effect to the beginning of the video and some closing animation at the end of the video. So first I will copy the first clip and paste it at the end of the video for the closing animation. To add a fade-in effect, select the first clip, right-click on it, select Fade, then select Start of the clip, and then click Fade in Fast. To add the closing animation, I will select the fourth clip and place the playhead at the end of the clip. Then I go to the Clip Properties panel and change the values of the Scale X and Y properties and the Location Y property. Now let's play the entire video to see the final result. Alright, so that's how easy it is to add slow motion effect to a video in OpenShot. I hope you find this tutorial useful, and thank you for watching.